Hello, my name is Emily Suarez, and today we'll be talking about image optimization for the web and how this is affected by format, resolution, compression, and accessibility. This is going to be based in the content spread during Internet fundamentals. But first, what is multimedia on the web? Multimedia on the web is simply a combination of text, images, audios, videos, animation, or any interactive element that it will help to create an optimal user experience on the web. Today, we're going to be talking specifically about graphics on the web. But what are those? Well, these are elements that create the visual appearance of a website. These are generally or most common photos, illustrations, icons, or animations, and they're very essential for the user interface. So they must be carefully designed, and the most common types are raster and vector. Here we can kind of see the difference. The raster are made of pixels, and the vectors are made of mathematical shapes. Vectors. Vectors are made from mathematical formulas which will produce the graphic data a lot, and we're gonna create visuals that are not resolution dependent. And the most popular formats are SVG, AI, and EPS. They are ideal for logos, illustrations, and interface design itself. Because of their nature, these formats will not lose quality and they're perfect for responsive design since we can increase the size and the quality of the graphic it will still the same. But in another hand, raster graphics are created from pixels, which are like tiny colored squares located in a grid, one right next to the other. The number of these squares will define resolution, so the image quality it will depend on how many squares are in a grid. The most common formats are JPG, PNG, GIF, and TIFF, and those are ideal for photograph and very detailed images like textures, or the one that we can see in the example. But the main problem when we use this type of images is that they will lose quality when the size will increase. And since the resolution depends on the number of pixels, this will increase the time that it's going to take the display. So it makes it a little bit slower. Here we can see some formats like a little bit more closer and with some of their qualities. But the most important thing about it is to recognize the importance of choosing the right format and combine them. And here are some of the qualities of these formats more closer. But the most important thing is to recognize the importance of choosing the right formats that combines quality and size for what you would like to display. That is why we have tools that it will make way easier this process, such as GIMP, which is a raster image editor. It's similar to Photoshop and it helps to edit images pretty much like with retouching, color correction, filters, and exportation, helping to optimize raster images. Inkscape, in another hand, is more similar to Illustrator, and this is a free vector editor that it will help to do um, vectors such like SVG, and this is ideal to create some logos or to revectorize some illustration. Vector is similar to Inkscape. The only difference is like it's a web-based tool and it's also for very beginner friendly. So I will say it's very easy and simple for like design. The resolutions and pixels, as we talked before, it is a very important because it is what determines the website speed and graphic quality, or well, the relationship between those two. When we talk about 1920 by 1080, which is the standard for screens, means that the number of pixels that are found per inch in a screen is also known as PPI. The standard web resolution is 72 and 150 ppi, and anything out of that range will be unnecessary slow down the website loading. This is where I'm sorry, the importance of lossy and lossless compression comes in. Lossy compression, it is the most recommended one because it will remove some data from the actual size and will make it smaller without losing just a little bit of the quality. While lossless compression, it will value more the quality of the image and it will just keep it higher, which it will also decrease the which it will also increase the time of loading that it will have. Lossy compression is pretty much I will say the most recommended one for at least optimization, since this one it will remove some of the data and it will, yes, sacrifice some of the quality of it, but it's going to be something like fairly noticeable, noticeable, and then instead lossless compression aims to offer like a higher quality, while lossy compression it will sacrifice some of that quality and it will reduce the image size and therefore the bandwidth needed to load in images, which is gonna be making way much faster the display. And this is why we must be optimizing our pictures. The way this way our site will load faster, it will ensure display correctly and on any device, will save bandwidth and all without sacrificing the desired visual quality. The most common program used for it is Adobe Photoshop, and the steps to do it are actually very simple. I didn't realize it, but it's literally just like we're gonna look up for our picture with a non-copyright image. We're gonna open it in Photoshop, change the size and resolution of the image, and we're gonna choose an appropriate format for it, and will depend if we're looking for transparency or not. If you would like transparency, I would recommend PNG, and if you will not like it, then JPG is okay. We're gonna save it for web in our folder images, and that is pretty much it. It's gonna keep the quality and it's gonna ensure that it will definitely help you with the visualization because it's gonna load faster since it's not heavy as it was before the optimization. After that, we simply is gonna add our image in our website. In this case, we're gonna use Bitbucket or Visual Studio, and we're gonna use the img tag with sources and attribute, and then we're gonna locate our image that's gonna be in our folder, and then we're gonna use the alternative tags because this is what actually it's gonna help to describe the image by an accessible program that will help people with visual disabilities. I had no idea about that before this class, and this is actually a very important thing to do. I will also say that if you would like to add width and height, that is going to help with the size that you would like to display your image. And if you would like to also do something similar, we can show it in another video saying how to use it through the iframe and how to optimize the visualization through YouTube. The correct use of all these tools will allow the optimal accessibility through contrast alternative text, and it will help more users to have access to our website independently and easily, since they will probably just need one software that will help. For example, when we use IMG with alternative text, that will help some softwares that like a Speechify, that it will say what is the actual image about since the person cannot physically see it. So this type of softwares and this type of accessibility or contrast, it will help a lot and it will definitely increase the amount of views on your website since more people is going to be able to access to it very easily. In the real world, this small action not only is going to be speeding up the page loading and also displaying, but it will also reduce the bouncy rates and it's going to enhance the website usability. Well, in conclusion, we can optimize images and improve our website performance without sacrificing visual quality by choosing the right format, resolution, and compression. Websites can provide more user-friendly experience and becoming more appropriate for users that potentially will increase the number of your views, which is actually everything that we would like for our website. And that was it for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. Have such a great day. And Suarez was with you. Bye bye.